y'all, this your girl Royalty and I'm back for another video. Before I get started, I wanted to give love to all my new subscribers. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for rocking with your girl, and I want y'all to know that I appreciate each and every one of them. And if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then like this video because I know you will. Alright y'all, the Mommiana gang is in full effect. As y'all probably already know, they started a live panel about 2 weeks ago where they all go live and engage with their audience. And so far, they've done 2 live panels. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really watch their live panels like that, but I will drop by for a few minutes just to hear what they're talking about. And when I say a few minutes, I mean just that, 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'm done. They just did a live this past Saturday, and when I stopped by, I heard them giving advice to one of their supporters. Y'all, they were giving relationship advice to somebody who called in. During their live, they allow people to join their live and either make a comment or ask a question. And so one young lady called in and asked for advice about her relationship. And I have to say that she sounded very young. She sounded like she might have been around 19 or 20. Now, she might have been a little older than that, but to me, she sounded very young. She asked the Mommiana gang, what would you do if you tried to do everything for your man, but he still don't trust you? And of course, Chrissy chimed in first. She proceeded to tell the caller that more than likely her man is cheating on her and is projecting his wrongdoing onto her. And the rest of the gang were amen and then saluting Chrissy's analysis. And what really got my attention is what Chrissy said next. She told the caller to DM her if she wanted to know a good cell phone tracker. And then Ming chimed in and told her if she and her boyfriend had iPhones, she could track his phone very easily. And the caller told them they didn't have iPhones, they had Androids. And Chrissy again told the caller to DM her so she could hook her up with a good tracking service for Androids. And the whole time Jasmine was agreeing and sending out amens. And see, I could tell the caller was very impressionable by her tone and the way she was responding to what they were saying. Y'all, I hope the caller don't start tracking her boyfriend's phone. Let me say this. I'm all for the Mommiana gang doing their live panel and engaging with their audience. I'm all for that. I'm all for people calling in and making comments and asking questions. But based on what the Mommiana gang have shown on their channel, particularly Chrissy, Olivia, and Jasmine, because I don't watch me, I don't think they are in a position to give anybody any kind of relationship advice on any level. Case in point, the advice they gave the caller about her boyfriend was faulty advice. First of all, the caller wanted to know what should she do if she does everything for her man but he still doesn't trust her. She basically wanted to know how can she get her man to trust her. And that question is very difficult to answer because they don't know the background of the relationship. And even if they did know the background of the relationship, the answer is not black or white. And telling her that her man is cheating on her and telling her to track his phone is not an answer to her question. I remember about a year ago, it might have been 2 years ago, but I remember Chrissy saying that she tracks DeMarcus's phone. And as we can see, tracking his phone did absolutely nothing to help her marriage. But yet here she is telling someone else to do the exact same thing that she did. And we all see how that ended up for her. Now, I don't want to spend too much time talking about the caller's question because that's not what this video is about. But I have to say this. When women have wisdom and reach a certain level of maturity, there are just certain things we don't do. And tracking our man's phone is one of them. That's crazy, psychotic behavior. And here's the thing. When you track your man's phone and find out he's cheating, then what? What's your next move going to be? And I'm not going to go into detail about that because I already made a video about it. If y'all want to hear my perspective on that topic, go watch that video. The title of it is When Your Man Won't Stop Cheating. So y'all go watch that video. It's real good. Now back to the topic. The thing about the Mommiana crew is that a lot of women view them as role models, especially young single mothers. So when they give relationship advice, a lot of women hang on to their every word. But the thing is, none of them have ideal relationships. So in my eyes, they are not equipped to give relationship advice. Let me give y'all an example. If I want advice on styling natural hair, I'm going to consult with someone who has natural hair and does their hair in styles that I like. I am not going to consult somebody who has natural hair, but I don't particularly like the way they style their hair. If I want marriage advice, I'm going to consult a woman who has the type of marriage that I want. In other words, she has some of the same attributes in her marriage that I want in mine. I'm not going to seek marriage advice from someone who always have marital drama. So basically, y'all, I think the Mommiana crew is out of their jurisdiction when it comes to giving relationship advice. None of their relationships are goals. When they do their live shows, I think they should stick to current events and entertainment news and stuff like that. I just don't feel they have reached a point where they have the wisdom needed to give sound advice. Now, this is just my opinion, so I'm sure what I'm saying is not going to change how they operate, and that's fine. But if you want relationship advice, you need to be careful who you get advice from. A lot of times people seek advice from any and everybody. And with the world we live in today, you have to be very careful who you solicit advice from. And since the Mommiana crew have a big platform, when people call in for advice during their live panel, they aren't just getting advice from the moms. They are also receiving advice from a lot of people in the chat. And if the moms and most of the people in the chat are saying the same thing, if the caller is impressionable, she may take that advice and put it into play real quick because she thinks the advice is good because a lot of people are saying the same thing. But here's the thing, just because everybody is saying the same thing does not mean the advice is good. It just means that a lot of people on that specific platform think the same way. But what happens if the advice is bad? Just like when the moms told the callers to start tracking her boyfriend's phone. What happens if people receive bad information? The Mommiana gang don't have to live with the consequences that may come behind someone taking their faulty advice. The person taking the advice does. So just be careful who you allow to give you advice because not everyone is qualified and equipped to do so. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will be back in the next one.